The Old Testament in 3 minutes. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God made a perfect world. There was no darkness or death or disease. And on the 6th day, God created man and called man Adam. And he placed Adam in a garden to tend it and to keep it. And God gave Adam one command, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For the day you eat of it, you shall surely die. So Adam had one command. If he kept his command, it was life. But he breaks his command, it means death. And Adam broke the command. And when he broke the command, sin entered the world and death through sin. So now all Adam's lineage or his children must die, because the wages of sin is death, and we've all sinned against God. But on the same day that Adam sinned against God, God gave a promise to the serpent who deceived Eve, Adam's wife. He said, and I'll put enmity between you and the woman, between your seed and her seed, and he shall bruise your head and you shall bruise his heel. That was the promise of the Messiah that's going to come, who's going to save us from death that Adam brought through his sin. But we don't know who this Messiah is going to be. So we see thousands and hundreds of years go by until a man called Abraham comes on the scene, who God calls Abraham. And Abraham had a command from God saying, hey, offer your son Isaac as a burnt offering to me on the mountains of which I'll show you. So Abraham has to offer his son Isaac, his only son, as an offering to God. So when he was about to kill his son, God stopped him and said, okay, because you obey my voice, surely blessing I'll bless you, multiply and multiply you. And then he said, in your seed, all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. So now we know the Messiah is going to be a child of Abraham. So Abraham has one child named Isaac, and Isaac has 2 sons. But the Messiah is only going to come from one son. And God says, hey, Jacob I love, Esau I hated. In other words, I'm going to choose Jacob to have the Messiah and not Esau. So Jacob, we know the Messiah is going to come from the lineage of Jacob now. But Jacob has 12 sons. Who's the Messiah going to come from? Well, it says in Genesis 48 how the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor lawgiver between his feet until Shiloh comes. That is a promise of the Messiah coming from Jacob's son Judah. So now we know the Messiah is going to come from Judah, but we still don't know who this is going to be. And we don't know until hundreds of years later when a man named David comes onto the scene. And God makes a covenant with David saying, hey, your seed is going to have the Messiah. So now we know the Messiah is going to come from the lineage of David. And then we see many kings reign in Israel, many kings reign in Judah. And then Judah and Israel, they go to captivity with Syria and the Babylonians. And from there, they come back to build another temple. And they still offer sacrifice to God, they still serve God. That's the end of the Old Testament. It's they're waiting for a Messiah. It seems unfulfilled until we get to the New Testament, where Jesus, the son of David, comes onto the scene.